Prince Orion was alone. The castle, once filled with laughter, was now a cold reminder of his loss. The king and queen, his parents, were gone, lost at sea during a fierce storm. Now, 10 years old, Orion was the rightful heir, but lived as a virtual prisoner, raised by the king's advisor, the severe Lord Regent Marius. One day, while exploring the dusty attic of the castle, Orion stumbled upon a hidden chest. Inside lay a rolled-up parchment, its surface covered in intricate lines and strange symbols. It was a map shimmering faintly, the ink seeming to shift and dance in the dim light. This was the start of Orion's adventure, an adventure that would lead him to reclaim his birthright and fulfill his destiny. The map hummed faintly in Orion's hand, pulsing with an unknown energy. It called to him, urging him to leave the confines of the castle and embark on a journey into the unknown. Under the cover of night, Orion slipped out of the castle, the whispering map his only guide. He journeyed through thick forests, climbed treacherous mountains, and navigated winding rivers. Along his journey, he encountered fantastical creatures and ancient beings, some friendly, some fearsome. He faced trials of courage and tests of character, all the while guided by the map's gentle light. The world outside the castle walls was alive, vibrant and full of wonder. Orion felt more alive than he ever had within the castle walls. With each passing day, the map led him closer to Asteria. It spoke of a prophecy that foretold the return of the king, a king who would restore Asteria to its former glory. After weeks of travel, the map led Orion to a hidden valley shrouded in mist and ancient magic. Before him lay Asteria, a kingdom frozen in time. Majestic waterfalls cascaded down towering cliffs, their waters sparkling with an otherworldly light. The kingdom was deserted, its once grand structures overtaken by nature, yet a palpable energy resonated from the very stones. As he ventured deeper into the heart of Asteria, he discovered a hidden chamber within the ruins of his ancestral palace. In the center stood a pedestal, and upon it rested a magnificent crown, crafted from silver and studded with sparkling gems. As Orion reached for it, images flashed through his mind, visions of his parents, their faces etched with love and wisdom. The map pulsed warmly, confirming what Orion already sensed within his heart. He was the king, the last of his line, destined to reclaim Asteria and restore it to its former glory. But a shadow hung over his claim, a darkness that had driven Asteria into hiding. Lord Marius, driven by a lust for power and an ancient malevolent entity, had betrayed his king, using dark magic to shroud the kingdom from the outside world. The magical storm that claimed his parents' lives had been a sinister act of treachery orchestrated by Marius. Orion, armed with the knowledge of his lineage and the truth of his parents' fate, knew what he had to do. He had to confront Marius, break the hold of the entity that controlled him, and reclaim his kingdom. The journey back was fraught with danger, as Marius, sensing Orion's newfound power, unleashed his magic in an attempt to stop him. Yet Orion was no longer the scared, lonely boy who had fled the castle. He was a king in the making, his spirit tempered by his journey, his resolve strengthened by the love for his parents and his people. He would be a king of justice, but he would also be a king of mercy. Yet Orion confronted Marius in the heart of the castle, the throne room where his parents had once ruled. The air crackled with tension as their eyes met. Marius, his face pale and drawn, unleashed a torrent of dark energy, but Orion stood firm, the map glowing brightly in his hand, its light pushing back the shadows. The final battle was not a clash of swords and sorcery, but a battle for Marius's soul. Orion refused to fight hate with hate, choosing instead to fight with love. Slowly, painfully, Marius began to fight back against the entity's control, tears streaming down his face. With a final, agonizing cry, Marius broke free of the entity's hold, collapsing to his knees. Orion, now a true king, lifted Marius, his eyes filled with compassion. Together, king and former advisor began the long process of healing, of rebuilding, of restoring Asteria to its former glory.